I want you to imagine a magnifying glass. You know the mean kids when we were growing up and they would try to kill the bugs, okay? So that is what the highly focused ultrasound beam does. It goes into the body, you can see it, the doctor can see it with the MRI, boom, it pinpoints it, it heats it, destroys it, ablates it is the fancy word that they use that I learned.
So when you say ultrasound, this is sound technology.
Yes.
That they are focusing into the body.
Yes, and you know what? You go back to work the next day, you can go salsa dancing, you can do everything except for drive. There's so much more they can do. But at this point, the FDA has approved the uterine fibroids, the bone metastases, but they just completed a phase 3 clinical trial for essential tremor, which is really, really common, not just for people who have Parkinson's, but it's its own motor disorder. And they showed this video. People should go to Insightec, just Google, and look up essential tremor. They show a guy who's trembling so much, his tremors are so severe, Carol, he can't even drink a cup of water. After the treatment, one treatment, the guy is like, drink, drink, handwriting is suddenly neat. It's a game changer. It's going to change people's lives.
It's called Easy to Love, but Hard to Live With, is back with us today. Lisa, welcome. Thank you for coming back.
Oh, Carol, thank you so much. This book means so much to me, so I appreciate you having me back.
Well, why does this book mean so much to you? What made you write this book?
Well, you know, it's interesting. My mother had an invisible disability. She had something called sensory processing disorder, and that's where you're sort of overly sensitive to everything. Everything was too bright. Everything was too loud. She couldn't drive on the freeway because the cars were too fast. She had a lot of anxiety. She just didn't feel comfortable in the world. And I watched her sit in the dark for hours and hours a day as a kid, and I didn't know what was going on, and it was just very depressing. It was
This was her whole life she had this?
Yes.
Wow.
And then she died in her 50s from ovarian cancer, never being validated. Then I have a daughter who shows all the signs of having sensory processing disorder. Now, at the time, I didn't have the language for it. I was in a Whole Foods in Bedford, Massachusetts when my daughter was 2, and we were already pulling our hair out because she never slept. She always screamed and cried, and the wind would touch her face, and she would cry, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's just like my mother. How am I going to do this? I don't even know what to do. And I saw this magazine, and it said, is your child oversensitive to her environment? I read it, I learned about sensory processing disorder, and I thought, wow, the power of stories. You've probably heard people say, or maybe because I have a daughter on the autism spectrum, I've heard people say, oh, well, in my day, kids didn't have this, and how come nobody had it before? And I talked to my aunt, though, who's 70, and she said, I can name 5 kids right now in my class who had undiagnosed ADHD. They were the class clown. They were called lazy. They were called stupid. There's a Q&A with Henry Winkler, who had dyslexia. His parents called him a dumb dog. They treated him like crud because they thought he was stupid and lazy. And he's Henry Winkler, and he had to live with that. And, you know, he's had so much to overcome, and look where he is now.
So what do you think some of the natural way to alleviate these symptoms are?
You know, there's some great things right now, especially for anxiety. Now, some of these are thought of as for sleep aids as well, but there's valerian root, there's lemon balm, there's hops, which is interesting. I'm not saying go out and drink a bunch of beer. You can
hops is very relaxing.
Right. You can get the hops. There's L-theanine, which is found in green tea, which is also good for relaxing. I have to be honest. I'm in pretty good shape, but I'm a Pilates kind of gal, yoga kind of gal, Zenga kind of gal, which we'll get to. And I had to squat and go down and touch my butt on the medicine ball. I couldn't really get all the way down, so I'm like, maybe I have to try even easier than this. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, even if you're fit, it's something that you have to go in and be ready to, like, really want to do a good workout. One cool thing, though, about it is that it really allows you to use your whole body. You know, the definition of CrossFit is functional movements, constantly varied at high intensity. So there's pushing, there's pulling. Like, if you're wanting to reach up and grab something, if you drop something on the floor, and it's meant to be throughout your whole life, it's going to keep your whole body from head to toe strong and fit.
So basically, you're talking about cleaning the house and gardening. That's exactly what I do all the time.
Yeah, well, then CrossFit might be for you. My favorite is Zenga. Okay, so I've been doing Pilates for years, and I know you are a Pilates.
Yoga.
Okay. So you probably like Zenga because it's Zen. Plus Ga is Zenga. It's mindfulness. It's a synergistic blend of Tai Chi, Pilates, yoga. It really gets you focused. And one of the things, Carol, that's really cool about it is it works on your fascia. Now, fascia goes from your head to your toe. It's your connective tissues. But they're all really great things. And my big thing is just get out and move. You know, if these things are too much, just get out, walk, just enjoy your life, and try to be as healthy as you can by just being active.
So basically, you can walk and run the stairs and lift things, and you can do your own CrossFit. Yeah. Your own P90X where you confuse your muscles.
Yeah, exactly.
Lisa,
Exactly.
it was terrific having you on. I would love to have you back again. Thank you so much for being here.
I'll be back anytime, Carol. Such a thrill.
Thank you.